Welcome to this edition of Road Trippin. We're all back together again. What a week, what a time it is. How are we feeling? Everyone doing good?
Yeah, great. Hey,
great.
It's getting beefy in the NBA. I'm starting to like it.
Beefy.
What's getting beefy, Shane?
Beefy. Hey, people are starting to not like each other, getting a little chippy. This is right before All-Star. So dudes are kind of like, some dudes know they ain't gonna make it, but they think they should have made it. So then they're like, well, I'm better than this bum. And then, that like makes everything's a little bit more personal. And the funniest thing that happened that nobody brings up that tickles me all day long.
You still get tickled?
Tickle? No, don't tickle me. I'm very ticklish. My kids try to tickle me. But listen, when Indiana and Detroit got into that little scuffle, and Isaiah Stewart walked up to Miles Turner and said, "Don't you play with fucking Legos?" Don't you play with fucking Legos? And just pointed at him. And Miles Turner like kind of put his hands up like, yeah. And, Beef Stew don't be here about that action. But if I was trying to tell somebody like, shut the fuck up or I'm about to beat your ass, and the mean dude pointed at me and was like, don't you have Pokemon cards? I would like, it would shut my whole shit down. There's no more toughness. And we'll have to send you the clip. But it tickled me the way he pointed at him. Like, are you talking
from a talking shit space from a rap battle? He won.
Oh,
that.
He killed him.
He killed him. There's no comeback from that.
No,
right?
There's no comeback.
Right? Because he probably wasn't ready for it. But
it was because Beef Stew came out of nowhere. He came at the top rope and goes, "Hey, wait! Don't you play with Legos, dog?" So it just kills me, man. Sorry, poor guy. But then you have the Kate Cunningham, Jalen Green thing. Then you have Sengun and Jared Allen. And he was fucking him up last night. Not gonna lie.
He might have the best nickname, by the way, Beef Stew. And Miles Turner, the Legos that he puts together, I mean, let's not knock them.
I told him, I showed my kids it. I showed my kids. My kids love some Legos.
You know what? Derek Lively's in the Legos too. It must be a generation thing.
He went to
Richard Jefferson, Kendrick Perkins, Channing Frye, I'm Allie Clipson. We're going to dive into this edition. I think that's where we should start. How about this? We're at the halfway point of the NBA season. 41 games are in the books. 40, 42, 41 games, halfway point. You all get the point. What's been your favorite thing? Give me one. It could be spicy. It could be fun. It could be lighthearted. Whatever it is, we'll start here and then carry on, as Kendrick Perkins likes to say. That's happened in the NBA so far. Perk, let's start with you.
Well, I'm going to go with the Sacramento Kings. Sacramento Kings because some individual on here, I ain't going to say his name, Shannon, all right, said that this roster stinks.
I thought it did.
And they don't. They're actually balling. And they went from being one of the most disappointing teams in the NBA to now one of the most exciting teams in the NBA. And I think people take for granted what it means to really have a voice in the locker room, right? Like fucking Doug Christie has a voice in the locker room. Last night I put up this stat, Richard saw it. Under Mike Brown, defensively, the Kings were 25th. Under Doug Christie, they're ranked second. Like
that's crazy.
Yeah, a voice in the locker rooms mean that damn much. And now you're seeing guys play with more spirit. We're watching De'Aaron Fox. We're watching DeMar DeRozan both be top 3 clutch players in the league in the fourth quarter, right there with Jokic. Like, you talk about the fucking turnaround. Now it's like, okay, this the Kings team we've been waiting on. Sabonis out there with fucking 39 double-doubles. He's balling. He's got energy defensively. So I'm looking at the Sacramento Kings, and I'm just looking at, like, the effort and their fucking voice in the locker room when I hate to point a finger at somebody, but, damn, it really was Mike Brown. A guy that won Coach of the Year, 2 years ago, all of a sudden lose the ears of his locker room, gets a contract extension, and gets fired, and all of a sudden his team just, like, elevates to another level. So coaching does matter. Okay.
They're 9-1 their last 10. is crazy. And before that, they had lost 6 in a row. I'm looking at this right now. So I don't know when before December 16th, Mike Brown lost that locker room. And let's be real. The roster does still have holes. They're on a run. The roster does need 1 or 2 improvements, I think, personally. But no one's going to think that Doug Christie, a new rookie head coach, is going to come in and go on an all-time run like this. But congrats to him. Doug's always been great, and he's tough. And you like watching this team again. They have a sense of joy that made them fun to watch. But yeah, I'll let Richard go next, and then I'll.
You let me go next.
I will say, Perk, with that said, that was a very light approach towards Channing here on the podcast, because last week you got him on the text chain.
About what?
Look,
About that. I love it.
I know. Look, I'm going light because we got bigger fish to fry. Like,
yeah, the Jimmy
Butler.
thing.
That shit's still there. That's why I'm going light
that?
on them, Allie.
Water.
I love it. All right,
Come in the boat.
The Mike Brown situation, you can make these arguments, right? It's like we know JB was a good coach. He wasn't getting along with Donovan Mitchell. So now all of a sudden he's gone and he's out. And and they re-signed Donovan. Donovan's playing outstanding. The team's playing great, so you could say, oh, what was it, JB? It's like, no, sometimes things aren't clicking. It could be the star and the coach. It could be, we've seen plenty of situations where that. And if you don't have the star, it doesn't mean you lost the locker room. It means you lost the star. When you lose the star, you lose the locker room.
Yeah.
And so, when you see that, so Mike Brown can coach, but if him and De'Aaron Fox, for whatever reason, were just not getting along, or him and Sabonis were not getting along, or him and DeMar DeRozan, what it showed is that there was something there, and then they moved on. The difference with certain franchises is if a star and Pop ain't getting along, for the most part, you don't have to suck it up. If a star and San Antonio or in Miami ain't getting along, you normally have to suck it up. Except that's why Jimmy has had to go to such lengths to try and because normally in certain situations, you can get away with it. In certain really high-end franchises, they don't let you get away with it. Sacramento's one of the ones you can get away with it because there's no getting rid of Spoelstra. There's no getting rid of Pop. So there's certain franchises where you just don't get away with that type of stuff. Sacramento's one of them.
Great point. We're going to actually revisit this midpoint of the season, your favorite thing, later, because Rich already went there. So we're just going to adjust on the fly, and we're going to get to the meat and potatoes of the episode. Let's start with the latest with Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat. Jimmy obviously is suspended in case you missed it. Another 2 games. Continued pattern of disregard of team rules, insubordinate conduct, and conduct detrimental to the team, including missing today's flight to Milwaukee.
He didn't want to go to Milwaukee. Miami's nice this time of year.
No, here's what I'll say before.
Let's dive in.
Sources say, now, there's been communication in the past when things were good. Hey, I'm taking care of this. I need to go here. This time, Jimmy held up the whole plane because he didn't want to communicate. So,
what happened? Wait, what happened?
So, hey, if a vet, right, let's say a vet goes, hey, I got to take care of some business here. I'll be on the jet tomorrow morning. You communicate that to the team, right? Mm-hmm. So the team isn't on a tarmac waiting for you, et cetera, et cetera. From what I heard, the team was waiting for him for a couple hours on the tarmac. And they were like, where is this guy? And they were like, oh, I'll meet you there. So
I'll meet y'all there.
They were like, yeah, all right, you're going to stay right here. This is what I heard. Now, on the flip side of that, if I'm Miami, that's what I want to put out to the media, right? If I'm Miami, that's what I want to put out to the media.
Wow.
Now, regardless, why would you do that? Because it justifies you finding him more and keeping him at home because he's not really want to be active part of a team. So you are creating leverage. You're creating leverage to say either get in line and wait for us to either trade you to where you need to get traded. You're not going to disrupt what we got going on. We just talked about cultures of certain places. Pat Riley will find a way to justify to find you and take away that money if you don't get in line.
Which
You're
is
not just going to sit and get paid.
which is complete bullshit on Pat Riley side. He started this shit. Pat Riley started this shit. At the end of the postseason, when he called Jimmy out, okay, that was one thing. Right. Then, okay, you don't extend Jimmy. You come into training camp and you tell Jimmy, oh yeah, we're gonna run this offense through Bam and Tyler Hero. Okay, cool. If you're gonna do that, then why am I here? I've been the leader. I've been the guy that you go to. I've been the guy that has carried this franchise and took you to 2 NBA finals. Okay, fine. If you want to end the relationship, how about just let me go where I need to go? And now, hold on. Now, Pat Riley, because we all know old people are stuck in their ways. He got this pride thing that he has going on, which now he's doing a disservice to Eric Spoelstra and the guys in the locker room. Not Jimmy, Pat Riley, right? Because they met face to face. Jimmy told them, hey, I want to be traded. Like, I want to be traded.
No. It's not just be traded is different. Put me on this one specific team with nothing to trade back.
No. No. I'm pretty sure Pat Riley's telling them what he wants. That's why the fucking Phoenix Suns out here going to get 3 and 4 draft picks and trying to make shit happen.
Totally.
Pat Riley don't want to make it happen. Pat Riley don't want to make it happen. Huh?
Look, Pat Riley, if he is upset at Jimmy. Jimmy's doing what Jimmy's supposed to. Let me out. He's doing what Jimmy's supposed to do if this is what Jimmy wants to do. If he wants to get out, this is it. Ultimately, Pat Riley had Perk's really upset about it. Pat Riley has until the trade deadline to get rid of Jimmy. So he can deal with another month of a headache to make sure that they get the right assets for their team.
Right.
He can't just be like, all right, we're done with this. Here, just take them. Give us what they can't do that.
No.
And that's the part where Pat Riley gets the most heat. He's like, I have to wait until we get the maximum that we can for Jimmy. Or else then I'm doing a long service to our franchise for a short-term inconvenience. This is a short-term inconvenience. Pat Riley's been doing this since Magic Johnson. He's been doing this since LeBron. He's been doing this since Patrick Ewing. He's been doing this since Jerry fucking West. Dealing with the temper tantrum from Jimmy Butler for a few months, he's okay with it. He ain't happy with it, but he can deal with it.
Right. Here's my thing. Jimmy, you're asking for a trade. Asking for a trade is very different than saying trade me to Phoenix. That's the only place I want to go. So Pat Riley goes, my job is not to send you where you want to go. I paid you. You are under contract. My job is to trade you, and I will try to do justice by you by sending you to a winning place out of respect. But my job isn't to trade you to Phoenix, where the only thing they're sending back is the most untradeable contract in all of basketball. The most ridiculous contract in all of basketball. That
doesn't have to be what is received by Miami, though, correct? You bring in another team.
But that's what I'm saying. His contract, it's not, listen, if Phoenix had anybody else other than Bradley Beal with a 3 years, $150 million untradeable contract, this thing would have been done. It is not Jimmy. It is Phoenix. They have no pieces. Nobody. Who wants Nurk? Who wants Bradley Beal? They don't have, and the pieces that people do want, they can't give those up because they're trying to win also. So to me, James Jones is doing the best of like, here, I'll trade you a pizza slice for 2 oranges. Now give me this orange, will give me $1. He's trying to make it work. He's trying to make it work. But at the end of the day, Pat Riley's going, man, the price is the price. Okay? And Milwaukee, word is, Milwaukee's not, they're making a lot of things are going on. Word is, Milwaukee ain't really like, we're not just going to take whoever. We're not going to take Bradley Beal for whatever. Like, y'all got to throw some extra on there for us to take that contract, right? Because that's different than Chris Middleton's. That's a lot of money.
It's 2 years after this one.
Think about the salary cap. That's another thing. So you're trying to build, and you got a dude making $50 million that realistically probably should come off the bench to be special. He's
probably at this point in time, Bradley Beal is still a very, very good player in that system. And he's not in that system. The way they're using him, he's not a $50 million player. So that's part of the system. That's part of him. That's part of a lot of different things. And we saw it. We saw Kevin Love had to sacrifice. He was the third guy. We saw Chris Bosh had to sacrifice. He was the third guy. Chris Bosh would lead teams to postseasons every year. Right. That's where he was trending at his career with Toronto. He was that dude. And he was like, I'm going to go join up. But then he had to sacrifice so much of like his own personal game.
He didn't even score that game when they won. He didn't even score. I remember that.
He was rebounding, playing defense, doing all this stuff. Like, but that's the only thing I'm saying. So it's like Bradley Beal's in a tough spot. So there he's not worth $50 million with the way they use him.
In Miami, he is, and Shannon, don't try to justify.
No way.
Don't try to.
$50 million. He is not worth $50 million.
Hold on.
Tomorrow and in a year.
Hold on. Don't try to justify and ratify why the Miami Heat shouldn't trade for Bradley Beal. Bullshit. They should trade for Bradley Beal. You know why? They got a different offense, right? They got a big and Bam who could pass. Bradley Beal, he could cut. He could do a lot of things to get his shot off. Right now, is Tyler Hero a better basketball player than Bradley Beal?
Absolutely.
You're fucking crazy. You are fucking crazy. Well, Tyler Hero, hold on.
It's not even crazy.
Hold on.
Tyler Hero is a fringe all-star this year.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Will Tyler Hero be the same Tyler Hero with the Phoenix Suns?
We're not saying
he'd be the sixth man. He'd be the sixth man coming off the bench.
Yeah, right. No. If you replace Tyler, hold on.
I'll let you go.
If you replace Bradley Beal with Tyler Hero, will Tyler Hero be the same player in that system? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, then. That's my point. So imagine Bradley Beal with Miami right now, being in that system, being able to be the go-to guy. Would they record be better? Probably not. Would his numbers be better? Absolutely. Bradley Beal probably would be averaging 27 to 30 points right now with the Miami Heat, especially the way that Jimmy's, like the drama that's going on with Jimmy, he would absolutely be that go-to guy. That's what I'm telling you.
I could see him averaging 25. I could see him averaging 25.
Bradley Beal?
Yes.
And right now he's at 17, 4, and 3. He's at 17.
He's at 17.
49% from 50%. 39% from 3.
That's what I'm saying. The numbers are there. The volume is down. The minutes are down. The opportunities are down. And I'm not. Okay, let me say this the right way. They should be. Of the 3 scorers, he's the third one, in my opinion. And that says something. That's how good Devin Booker, that's how good Kevin Durant is at scoring, where Bradley Beal, a guy who's led the league in scoring, is the third scoring option. But you put that bad boy on another team, he all of a sudden becomes 23 a game, 20. And that's just because he gets 5-6 more shots, because he's the opportunity, and he's shooting 50%. He's shooting 50% and 40 from 3. So it's the opportunity. Like, come on. I'm not saying that he's still worth
$50 a year. How much does Tyler Hero make a year?
Oh, like 25. He's got like 25.
So hold on. You're paying $50 million for a dude that isn't going to make your team better. That's going to give you 1 extra point. And how much older is he than Tyler Hero?
No, he's not saying trade. No. He's not saying trade. He's not saying trade Tyler Hero. No, what he's saying is, if you look at their roles, would their numbers be?
I know, but for $50 million, we're saying yes. But Bradley Beal has not shown to help your team win. For $50 million, you got to help me win something.
Okay,
Tyler Hero is at least keeping him afloat.
Let me ask you a question.
You would have Tyler and Jimmy, or Tyler and Bradley.
No. Hold on. Let me ask you a question. if you're Pat Riley, what are you doing, Shannon? Jimmy don't want to be there. Who are you trading to go get? What's better out there right now than Bradley Beal? Seriously.
Man, listen. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm not gonna just trade him to trade him. I'm not gonna take on that bad contract. I'm just not gonna do that. Trade me somebody that's gonna help me win. I'm not gonna take your garbage because this dude.
You said, but who?
It's Jimmy that's making that's blocking. I could have sent him. Give me somebody.
So that's fair. That's fair. We've seen the problem. What's the solution, Channing?
Yes.
Well, to be honest, either Jimmy got to go to a winning team.
He said he's not going there.
No. Stop avoiding the question.
I'm answering the question.
If you're in the front office, who are you trading for? Jimmy Butler don't want to be there. You're saying go get a player that's worth it. You know what Pat Riley wants back that's going to help you win. What player out there that they could trade Jimmy for? Because Jimmy, they don't have to trade him to Phoenix. They can trade Jimmy wherever. Who's out there?
I was just going to ask that question. They can just do whatever they want with him, correct?
Yeah.
Having said that, he's been suspended for these 2 games. Is Jimmy done playing in a Miami Heat uniform? Does this decision happen in the next 48 hours, 72 hours? Is this something that's going to happen right now, or are we just going to continue to?
Our sources tell Perk and I that a deal is not imminent.
It's not.
Well, then we're not going to continue to sit here and talk about it on Road Trippin.
Okay, one more thing.
There is something to discuss.
I don't know how desperate Utah is.
Oh God.
Laurie Markkinen at the 3.
Next conversation.
All we know is that Bradley Beal's agent today, as we're recording this, and it's dropping today, says that the Sun Star hasn't agreed to drop no trade clause, but he hasn't ruled it out either. So we shall stay in tune with that. Do we want to go back to what's been the most fun thing that you've seen this season? Rich, would you like to jump back into this conversation? We're at the halfway point, the midway point.
The most fun thing that I've seen.
Perk went Kings.
The most fun team or the most fun thing?
It could be lighthearted. It could be spicy. It could be the most
the most fun thing that I've seen this year is the resurgence of the young team. The resurgence of the young team. That to me has been cool to watch. We've been talking about Paul George and where Joel Embiid is going to, in that situation. We've been talking about Dame and we've been talking about Giannis. Now, mind you, they've turned it around and they're a half game behind the Knicks for 3rd. After that start, that's impressive. But when you look at Houston, when you look at when you look at the way Memphis is playing, when you look at the way Detroit is playing, OKC, the resurgence, I would say Cleveland, they're a young team. Their best players getting to that space, but everyone else is younger. So when you look at the best teams in this league, they are all, I'm going to say all, there's a larger portion that's on the younger side, or are teams that have been trashed with young players are trending like Detroit. They're trending in that direction. That's what's been fun, because we've seen a passing of a guard, a changing of the guard. Even if people aren't ready for it, even if they don't want it, we are seeing a changing of the guards, and it's scary. It's fun. It's awesome. I've seen it in my lifetime 2 or 3 times. You only get to see it 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Speaking of changing,
now, but the Pistons, sorry, really quick, Perk. The Pistons have they're 7-3 in their last 10. They've won 2. They're in the playoffs.
Yeah,
23-21, 6.
Yeah,
stop winning. Get a lottery pick. Get a lottery pick. Stop winning.
Sorry, Perk. Go on.
No, you good. And speaking of guards, I'm glad you said that. Can we bring up the best guard in the damn league and what the fuck he's been doing?
SGA.
He dropped 54. Not 4, 54 last night. Listen, no Isaiah Hartenstein, no Chet Holmgren, okay? No pens, no pencils, yet he's still drawing all the fucking attention, okay? The MVP of the league. The MVP of the league. Number 1 seed in the Western Conference by 7 games. 7 games.
They killed.
About to join the company of Michael Jordan. For us guys averaging for several seasons in their career, 30 30 points, shooting over 50% from the field. Jordan did it 5 times. SGA is on the verge of doing it 3 times. At the guard position.
Shai is not as athletic as MJ was. He's not as athletic as a Kobe Bryant. And Shai's athletic, he's quick, but it's all buckets. MJ was dunking on people, finishing lays, doing all this stuff. Like when I watch Shai, it's that little shoulder step back from 5 feet, that little shoulder step back from 7, from 12, like from all levels. So it is impressive to watch Shai do what he's doing, because again, he's like Jokic, he's like Luka, where it's like he's not going so fast, but he's always under control. You can't speed him up. He always takes the right shot. And when you're shooting that percentage, it's impressive to me, because they had no Hartenstein for a large portion of time. Then Chet went out the week Hartenstein was coming back. So they've always had a big deficit, and all he did was like, I'm going to give you 30 and the best record in the league. That's the MVP.
People are telling Perk
so
that
far.
ESPN needs to put him on a private jet. I think they need to fix his internet as well. So until he comes back. Rich, do you have like flies in your room?
No,
What?
it's a dusty room. I think he's in a closet.
Yes.
Oh, is that what's happening?
Yeah, it's just no, there's like a wool thing that just keeps.
Channing.
All right. I think we're not putting in a context how good of a season this dude is having after somebody saying, oh, this guy is a 1B, he's soft, and then they just basically traded him away as he was the problem, and that's Karl-Anthony Towns. Leading the league in rebounds, absolutely balling on the New York Knicks. I think giving them a real chance of winning a chip this year. I think you look at everything that everyone said he couldn't do, and he's doing that consistently. The dude is just, his confidence is there. He's been balling. I was watching the game. This dude is gorilla dunking on folks, grabbing rebounds like a monster, shooting the 3 ball, posting up, right hand, left hand, fade. I think Austin Rivers, or one of the guys, he was either Austin Rivers or Jeff Teague, or one of those guys was like, man, there's nothing Karl-Anthony Towns can't do offensively. It's just like, does he stay out of foul trouble, and is he focused in the game and feels confident and engaged? And they were like, he could do everything. And we were like, well, in the playoffs, he kind of shies away from this. Man, I don't know what Tibbs told him, but Tibbs must have empowered the shit out of this dude. He said, you got all the bacon, egg, and cheese. You know, you can eat, big guy. Just go out and play these 36 minutes. Don't get in foul trouble and just hoop. And he has been playing amazing. I think he's the – do we count AD as a center? I got to do this right.
Yes.
I think he's the 3rd best center in the NBA. And I'm
behind
Jokic and AD. And then it's between him and Sabonis. Sabonis has been balling this year too. Dog, when you get 28 rebounds in a game, come on, man.
That's a lot of missed shots.
Number.
That's a lot of missed shots.
Still, that's a lot of freaking rebounds.
What's the most rebounds you ever had, Channing?
I think 17 or 18. I was exhausted.
Perk?
20, 21 to be exact. Look, that's
so as the best rebounder in this group, and the smallest person amongst the players, I would just say yes, rebounding. That's impressive.
Richard, nobody boxed you out. I'm down here wrestling something.
Like
just stealing rebounds.
22
Wait, how many did you have?
22 rebounds is 22 rebounds.
True.
Yeah,
Alec,
I had a quadruple double
with turnovers.
Yes,
in the league.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
20. Yeah, I had 20. Look, I had 20, 22, and 10 turnovers.
Channing, to your point, Karl-Anthony Towns. Everybody talking about in the playoffs what he don't do and shit like that. He outplayed Jokic last year.
We'll have that conversation.
Huh?
No. People don't want to have that conversation.
And you know a conversation people don't want to have is how is this making Minnesota look? Right? You
want to have that conversation. I heard you last night. I
wanted to have this shit right now. How is Minnesota looking? How's Minnesota looking?
Struggling.
Lost. They look lost. They look like they're struggling a little bit.
It is trending towards one of the worst trades in NBA history. You know how hard it is. You know why? You know how hard it. Why? Why?
Richard, they would have to make the Western Conference Finals or the second round to even justify that.
No, that's a yes. I can hear what you're
What would
saying,
be a
but to say
worse
worst
trade?
trade in here in history,
What would be a worse trade in your mind?
Vlade Divac for Kobe.
the Brooklyn Nets trade that got them Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
No, but
the
we're
Celtics.
talking about two stars. He's saying, referencing this guy's a star, and switching it, even though your team made it to the Western Conference Finals and you were basically like a game or two away. You could have kept that team together. They were number one defensively. They were rolling. They're young. It made sense. Their chemistry was good. And this year, it just doesn't seem like the chemistry is good.
I got to ask you this question, though, Perk, because I think I saw – did he just leave again?
Yeah.
Where do you go?
Okay, well, we can circle back to it. We'll transition to my next conversation that I wanted to have with you guys. All-star starters are going to be announced here in a couple of hours. Feeding off of your statement there about Karl-Anthony Towns, is he a all-star starter in the Eastern Conference, Channing?
Yes.
Yes. I know you said his name.
What?
What?
I said I know you said his name. I'm just saying yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay, give me your other four. In the Eastern
Karl-Anthony Towns, Giannis, Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson.
Channing just filled out my all-star list. That's exactly who I put.
I mean,
That's exactly who I put.
Did you and Carlos Boozer like link up and come up with the same?
What?
Who?
Why?
No, that's just the right answer. Like it's
yeah.
sometimes
I was looking at I was reading this morning all research and I saw various amounts, but I came across his on NBA TV.
No, so I literally filled out my all-stars and that's what it was. All right, who's number one? Donovan Mitchell, boom, he's in. All right, who's number two? Number two is the Celtics, right? Is Jason Tatum. Then three, okay, who's number three? Giannis, yeah, put that big bitch in. There's our front court. Our two front court, a back court. And then you go, then you get down and you're like the Knicks, they got two horses.
Right.
They got one in the front court, one in the back court. They got the two best guards, right? I would say the best wing is Jason Tatum. The best big is Giannis, Karl-Anthony. Like by position, they're all in that 1 through 4 spot, which makes it very easy in my opinion.
Do you want to know what makes it even easier, Allie?
What?
All five of them should be in an MVP conversation at some point this year. Like
Fair.
They could be in the MVP conversation, all of them. Jalen Brunson probably not, just because Karl-Anthony Towns is balling.
Jalen Brunson, he's conceded and added he's brought Karl-Anthony Towns, he's elevated him. So that definitely might put his numbers down, but I could see Brunson going on a stretch. I could see him going on a 10-game stretch where it looks like he's the best guard in the league.
But look, Donovan Mitchell, number one player on the best team. You could vouch for him. Obviously, Jason Tatum. Then you go Giannis, had a bad start, but also balling this year. That's why I was saying those 4 teams, you got 5 starters right there, and people love them.
Perk, we're talking Eastern Conference starters, and I went off of the conversation with Karl-Anthony Towns. Is he a starter? They both
I voted him.
Okay, who are your other 4?
I voted Donovan Mitchell. Okay.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum.
Okay.
Jalen Brunson.
Okay.
Karl-Anthony Towns.
Yeah.
And Giannis.
Okay, done. We're moving on.
It's the easiest vote of all time.
Hallelujah. Everyone agrees.
Exact same thing. I voted the exact same thing, so did Channing.
Okay. The West is a little different.
What?
The West is a little different now.
Let me ask you this question that was presented to me the other night, and then you guys can give me your 5. Would you put, as a starter, LeBron James over Anthony Davis?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
You
Well, you
kinda
don't have to have a choice because Bron's gonna get voted in. So that ain't
Right, that's
that
what,
ain't.
like,
I'm asking you guys as from.
I don't do hypotheticals.
My five for the West is SGA, Anthony Edwards,
Ooh.
Jokic, Bron, and AD. That was my starting five.
Ooh. I'm gonna give a. I think. Let me. Okay. I'm gonna try and remember my West. The East was easy.
Yes.
I had SGA. I had Jokic.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have anybody. I didn't have anybody from Houston. I had Jaren Jackson Jr.
No, you did.
Not in the starting five.
Your starters, your West starters.
Wow. Okay.
Hear me
it's
out.
For the West, he's having a great year.
He's having a great year.
fucking
He's leading them in scoring, leading them in rebounding, and on top of it, Ja has missed so many games. So that record is not an indicator of Ja's greatness. It's an indicator of Jaren Jackson Jr.'s consistency.
29 and 15, third in the West.
So that's what I'm saying. So they're third in the West, and they've missed their best player a ton. So he's not even eligible anymore. At this point in time in the season, he's not eligible for postseason awards, Ja Morant. So when I look at that, I'm like, oh, this is going to make some people real sensitive. So boom, Jaren Jackson Jr., how do you not? Third in the West, leading the team in scoring, leading the team in rebounding, and their quote-unquote best player been out for half the
You
season.
know why? He's just not sexy as a starter.
I know it's not sexy, but I'm open for arguments. I'm open.
No, there's no argument. I'm just saying the casual fan,
I agree.
Don't want to see Jaren Jackson Jr.
But we ain't the casual fan. We have a responsibility.
True.
They can't even really throw at you either the fact that you don't even have anyone from Houston on it because they're only a half a game.
I know.
ahead.
Okay.
Houston.
Now wait a second. I'm not done being controversial. I'm not done.
Okay.
My last one is gonna piss people off. I already know.
Who's it, Steph Curry?
James Harden.
Oh, what?
Take your time.
You're drunk now.
Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time.
Wait, hang on, Rich. Are you lying or are you being serious?
Take your time. Take your time.
Answer my question.
No. Hear me out. I was going to reward postseason and numbers. If you look at what James Harden has done, no Kawhi. What James Harden has done, no Kawhi, leading that team to the postseason. I said starters who are playing the best and their teams are playing the best this season. How many triple doubles does James Harden have? Where's James Harden's numbers at? Should we pull them up?
I got you.
Come on, Allie. I just
You know the Clippers are only 2 games ahead of Phoenix. You can put Kevin Durant on there. Like no one's gonna get upset.
When I went to vote, they were a 500 team.
Okay, cool.
That's what I'm saying. When I went to vote, that's all.
There's only 1 game above 500.
So when you hold on, so for clarity, when you're voting for all stars, right?
Yeah. The starters.
I'm asking. Record matters. I'm just asking because
yes, 100%.
No, I'm just asking because you got a guy like LaMelo Ball who's deserving to be an all-star. If you look at his numbers, yes, he is. He's averaging like
he's deserving, but their team is
11 and his team was 11. I would not get over that stance.
You guys, I'm pretty sure isn't he the leading vote getter, right? Like for guards or something? Yeah.
Because he plays 8. The young kids love him.
Okay, just act like he's not.
He's averaging 28.
He's nice. 20. Wait. Yeah, yes. I promise you, I will reward winning basketball over better numbers.
No, okay, that's all. Hence the
Jaren Jackson Jr. Hence the Jaren Jackson Jr. When it's not sexy, but when we say it, you're like, well, shit. His team's been third. They've been top 4 for 3 months. Ja's missed half the time, and this dude's their leading rebounder and leading scorer. Yeah, he's playing like one of the top 5 players in the conference. Am I playing? Because I do it off wins. Take the numbers, take the triple doubles with you. Like, if winning doesn't count for 50% of your accolades and awards, and it's just statistics, it doesn't reward positive play. It doesn't reward ethical basketball.
James Harden has only missed 3 games this year, but he's only had 1 triple-double.
That wasn't the number that I wanted to point out.
So
What
let me
is it?
ask you
Hold
about
on.
that. Do the Pacers get a All-Star?
Oh, good question.
And it's not Tyrese Halliburton either.
Where are they at?
They're 5th.
5th.
Yeah, 5th. Once you get around then, like, you're kind of dicey.
True.
You can make an
Plus you
argument
have
because remember the
Trae
Kings.
Young.
The Kings were second. Weren't they second? They didn't have an All-Star, and then Sabonis was the.
Yeah.
They were second or third. Then Sabonis was the. No, thank you.
Here's who I think is going to make it, regardless of all this. Here's who I think the people want to see.
You want to know really quick where Wemby is?
Yes.
Wemby is
No,
4th.
no, thank
in the
you.
West after 3rd round
What?
fan returns.
I'm sorry. There's somebody.
Just go say,
You.
oh, thank you. I'm here for you, Alec.
Okay, he is 4th on front court Western Conference players after 3rd round fan returns. Wemby,
Who's the top 3 ahead of him?
Nikola,
Jokic,
LeBron, and KD, and AD is
Oh.
right behind him in 5.
Here's who I think people want to see.
Mhm.
Steph,
Yeah.
Shea,
Yep.
KD, Braun, Jokic.
Yeah.
I think that's who people want to see, right? Regardless of roster, regardless of numbers, that is who the NBA needs to put out there. Honestly.
Think about it too. LeBron, Steph, KD. After what we just like.
Stop it. With Jokic. Now, Shea obviously needs to be in that group.
Yeah.
And Edwards has not been the sexiest this year. He's been great. He's been good, but he hasn't been like off the charts. Here's what I said. Here's who I think the NBA should put out there. Steph, Shea, KD, Braun, Jokic. That's who I think they'll go put out there. What, have you got new shoes?
No, but I did get the first look at the Vince Carter bobblehead doll.
Oh, that's kind of tight.
Wait, let's see.
I've never seen a 2-part bubble.
You never seen a person jump like Vince. I don't even know if I get it right.
Touche.
No.
Let's take off his neck brace. Oh,
Hey.
I'm gonna paint this. I'm gonna paint this and tell my kids it was me.
Why is it? It looks like you with a little beard.
Yeah, but yeah.
You got a headband.
Hang on. We didn't get to see the other side. We only saw the.
That's kind of tight. And the
Yes,
fact he did it with them big ass shoes on, dude, is even crazier.
Well, yes, this is what my boys will be getting for their birthday.
And also a meet and greet with Vince
there's
Carter.
a ticket.
Okay.
There's a ticket in there. I'm gonna have them sign it. Oh, it's gonna be sick. Yeah, I'm hawking to all my friends that my kids care about for signatures. They don't care about us, Channing. They don't care about us, Channing.
I know it.
Channing, can you let us all know how you have I need Perk to come back because I want to end this podcast on something that he needs to be a part of. Will you educate Rich on how you have his players card?
Oh, somebody was pulling, ripping packs, and they said, "Hey, I was going to throw this away, but I don't know if your friend wants it." Dude,
Right.
get it? You got another package.
Right?
So somebody has, I don't know if it's your rookie card or whatever it is. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
I'm so sorry. The Nets have been so generous, and they've been saying so. Oh, that's a sick card.
Is that your rookie card?
I don't know. Can I have it?
People send me stuff. I said, yeah. He said he's going to give it to me. And he's going to send it. I'll send it to you.
Okay. So you're gonna send it to he's gonna get it to you, then you're gonna send it to me.
Yeah.
Okay, I believe that.
It's right next to my little wine shop where we know each other. He just puts it in my wine fridge, and I'll just get it
sick.
in the UPS store next door.
Oh, I appreciate that. You know what, Channing? My kids are gonna really like that, so I'm gonna put that pressure on you. It's
Hey.
not for me.
Dude, my boy Jesse Craig owns a merchandise shop. So cards, memorabilia, things like that. So we went golfing to Bandon Dunes, took a little video. It was the best day of golf I've ever had in my life. And they were like, to say thank you, because we got a little private jet over. We went for the day, private jet back. They bought my best rookie card and gave it to me, and I gave it to Hendricks. So he has it like it's framed. It's a 9. It's like a PSA 9 Channing Frye rookie card. My shorts were literally down to my ankles.
Yeah, that's how we
Yeah.
rocked it back then.
6XLT, baby.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Ellie, do you have a
All right. Do I have a rookie card? No, but I have a bobblehead.
Oh God.
All right. I love you guys. I gotta run.
Yeah,
What?
me too.
Oh, wow. That's another edition of Road Trippin'.